I like to start the practice, even when they're a short practice like the Sunday ones are, just with a moment of stillness. So draw your belly in and lift it up so you feel like there's a sense of strength in the core. Collarbone is nice and broad and chest open. Shoulders are just relaxed down your back, away from your ears. Palms are going to face upward. So either resting on your knees or your lap, spine nice and long, crown of the head lifting up as well. And then just close your eyes for a moment. Relax the eyelids closed. Take a moment to soften the space in between the eyebrows and around the outside edges of the eyes. And just notice how it feels to be here in this moment. How your body's doing. How your mind is feeling. If it's easy to be present or if it's full of new information of things that you've already thought about and talked about today. And then see if you can let go of everything that's already happened. Let go of any expectations or thinking about the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of the month or year. And just start to notice how it feels to breathe in this moment. Breathing in through the nose, mouth if it feels easier. Growing taller and expanding more as you inhale. All of that space and energy arriving into your body. And then notice how it feels on the exhale. Everything melting away. Every inhale, the opportunity to expand, to grow, to take in fresh perspectives, fresh moments in time. And every breath out, just moving away from the things that no longer serve us. Holding on to what we need and letting go of the rest. 3 more breaths, just drawing energy in as you inhale. Letting energy go as you exhale. Everything in the mind and the body as relaxed as can be. 1 more breath just like this, centering and arriving. And then when the breath is finished, you're just going to pause ever so briefly. Notice how you feel. Notice how things slow down just a little by this little moment to pause and breathe. And then slowly, slowly begin to open up the eyes. And if you're sitting on anything under your bottom, just gently lift the bottom, release the prop to the side, and come into a nice cross-leg position, okay? Taking your left hand down to the side of the mat, right hand up to the sky, and as you breathe out, just slowly opening up space into the right side body. Shoulder draws back, chest lifting, finding that sense of space and release through the side. Big inhale and exhale here, creating a little mobility in the spine before we start to work on focusing on strengthening upper back today. Slowly coming back through center, spine stays long. This time right hand goes down, left hand up and over. Notice how it feels between left and right side body. Areas that feel tight, areas that feel really, really good already today. Let's go 2 more times in each direction. So left hand down, right hand up and over, and observe in your own body if it feels like there's more space arriving as the moments pass by. Notice how that feels for you. 1 more time, 2 more times, halfway there. Right hand down, left hand up and over. Space arriving into the lower back, side stomach muscles and rib cage area. Last time in each direction now, left hand down, right hand up and over. Maybe even more space again. And now last time, over to that second side. And then we're going to slowly bring ourselves all the way up to a C. Bring the hands down in front of you and just roll yourself over into tabletop position here. Hands nice and wide. As you inhale, let's soften the belly, reach the chest forward, tailbone lifting upward. And as you exhale, just rounding through the spine, chin draws into the chest, and there's that broadening motion through the upper back. Keep on moving in this way. We're going to take 5 rounds of inhales and exhales. The inhale softens the front body. The exhale melts and creates space through the back line of the spine. And just notice how it feels for you in the lower back and the middle back, upper back. Areas that feel really, really good, and the areas that you notice starting to unravel, tension leaving the body as you move through these simple shapes. 2 more breaths. Every breath, every movement, an opportunity to explore what is happening. A lot of us spend a lot of our time seated, upper back rounded, front chest tight. So today we're going to be really focusing on strengthening upper back. Let's take 1 more breath, and then when you're finished that breath, just slowly arrive back into a neutral spine, tabletop position. And when your fingers are there, spread them as wide as you can, tuck the toes under, lift the knees, and come back into a plank. Straight into the workout now. So really push your way through the heels, hands push the ground away, lift up a little bit between the shoulder blades. Notice how it feels like all of the muscles around the core, front, side, and back, really hug the spine into center. And then take your gaze just to the top of the mat. Collarbone broad, that feeling of power all the way through the body. And then push the ground away with the hands, lift the hips up high, come into downward facing dog. First downward dog perhaps of the day, so start to walk the dog, lifting one heel, bending the same knee, getting a little movement through the back of the legs. And all of the time that you're here, stay strong in the upper body. So hands push the ground away. Almost imagine that you're rolling the outside of your arms out even further to the sides. So you're broadening the upper back. Ribs are knitting in towards each other, hips are lifting high. There's this feeling of power as well as a feeling of release in the legs. On our inhale, we're going to come forward to plank again. So gaze comes forward. Take a big breath here. And then just pick up right foot. Draw the knee in towards the chest. Keep the plank position though. And then step right foot back. Do the same thing with left knee in towards the chest. Take the foot back. 1 more time each side. Right knee in towards the chest. Still with plank everywhere else. Right foot back. Left knee in towards the chest. And then put the foot back. Lift back up to downward facing dog. Okay, take the feet a little wider apart than normal. Push into left hand. Take right hand and reach it to the outside of left ankle or shin. And just a little stretch for thoracic spine now. So twisting motion in the upper back. And you're twisting and taking the gaze, the shoulder, the chest through under that left armpit. Hand is pushing the ground away on the left side. Take another breath. And then place right hand back to the ground. Straight to the second side. Left hand to the outside of right thigh. Chest comes through and under right armpit. Getting into that lesser mobile part of our spine. Hips are still lifting high, hands still pushing the ground away. And then left hand comes back to the ground. Slowly soften the knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of the mat. And as you get there, halfway lift. Bring your spine to be parallel to the ground and just look to the top of the mat. So you're strengthening the back line of the tissues here while we're here. And then exhale, forward fold. Okay, roll yourself up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last thing to come up. And just bring the hands together at heart center. Get nice and firm through all of the corners of the feet. Muscles above the knees engage, belly draws in and up. Muscles on the outer hip are strong. Hands pushing into each other so the upper back is engaged already. Big breath here. And then on your inhale, let's sweep the fingers up overhead. And as we exhale, bring the hands into a kind of cactus position here. So your elbows bend and fingers are strong. And draw the belly to the spine, little bend in the knees, and just lower your torso to come to be parallel-ish to the ground. Just looking to the top of the mat. Notice how that fires up muscles all the way along the back of your spine. Notice how that upper back is doing as well, back of the neck as well. And then 1 more breath here. Feet really firm, toes to the ground. And then just slowly roll yourself down, forward fold. Step your right foot back, lower the knee to the ground. If you have a block, grab it in front of you here so it's near you at the top of the mat. Fingers up to the sky. Push down through the top and bottom of the front and back foot. And imagine you're squeezing inner thighs in towards each other. Belly is in and up. And I want you to just, if you have your block, reach down, place the block in between your hands nice and firmly here. And notice how squeezing the block in between the hands really gives you some impressions about how the upper back is doing. So the upper back muscles are strengthening a little here. Sink a little deeper down. Can you lift up higher with the heart? Reach back more with the fingers. Take another big breath, okay? And then slowly start to reach the fingers forwards. Tuck right toe under, lift the knee. And you're reaching away with right heel, reaching arms forward. And just take the arms back up to the sky for me for a moment. Take the block into your right hand and then reach right arm around behind you with the block in it. Take left arm around behind you, find the block and squeeze the hands in either side of that block. Chest is opening, upper back strong. Take another big breath here. And then start to lower right knee down to the ground. Place the block to the top of the mat, hands to the ground, tuck the toes under, lift the knee, step it back to plank, okay? Chaturanga, come all the way down. Inhale, first one, baby cobra. Chest lifts, ribs lift a little, elbows hug into the body, gaze to the top of the mat. And then lower yourself down. Tuck the toes under, lift up through a strong plank, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifting. Exhale, keep the leg lifted, come forward to one-legged plank. Knee towards the chest. Okay, still in plank in the body. Take it back to one-legged plank. Take knee towards the chest. Now step the foot between the hands, lower left knee down, have that block handy, come onto the top of the left foot, fingers lift up to the sky. Sink down into the hips, draw belly in and up. Imagine the feet pushing into the earth, inner thighs squeezing in towards each other. Find your steady place, steady gaze to focus. Reach down with left hand, take hold of the block. Bring the block in between the hands. Squeeze the block or cushion, whatever you've got in between the hands here. Upper back muscles firing up. Big breath. Keep the hands as they are. Tuck left toes under, lift the knee, come up to standing. And just for a moment, reach forward with the fingers. So you're reaching away with left heel, reaching forward with the fingers. Bending into right knee. Big breath. Arms come back up to the sky. Block comes into left hand. Hand reaches around behind us with the block. Right hand reaches around, finds the block. Squeeze the block into the hands, lift up with the chest. Take a big breath here. And then slowly take the arms back up towards the sky. Take a breath here. Lower left knee down to the ground. Block to the side of the mat, hands to the ground. Tuck left toes, lift the knee. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Come up higher than you would normally, spine parallel to the ground. And then exhale, forward fold. Interlace the fingers behind the back and then draw shoulder blades towards each other. Lift the fingers up away from the back. Head heavy, neck relaxed. Weight comes into the ball of the foot, the toes, as well as the heels. So you're stretching through the back line of the body, but there's this really nice opportunity to strengthen upper back here as well. Take another big breath. And then release the hands to the ground. Roll yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last thing to come up. Hands meet at heart center. Fingers reach to the sky, inhale. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, this time halfway lift, spine long, strengthening. And then hands down, step left foot back. Lower the knee to the ground. Inhale, fingers up to the sky. Sink into the hips. Draw belly in and up. Notice how it feels through the front of the left hip here. Reach down for the block. Take the block in between your hands above your head, similar to before. Sinking into the hips, lifting up through the hands, upper back nice and strong. Tuck left toes under, lift the knee, come up into that standing crescent here. Weight is going to travel into the right foot. Pick the left foot up, flex the foot, hinge forward from the hips, hands and blocks reaching forward. Left heel reaching back. Nice and strong. Take another breath. Okay. Soften right knee. Land it back into crescent. Hands and block up to the sky. Slowly lower left hand to the ground. Block to the side. Twist right hand to the sky. Okay. Come onto outside edge of left foot. Stack right foot on top. Side plank. So strengthening the long left side body. Strong through the feet, reaching away with the heels, lifting up through right hand, upper back engaged. Bring the hands down to the ground, adjust your feet to plank. Exhale, forearms, forearm plank. Chest forward, heels reaching back, strong upper back. Nice big breath, belly strong, tailbone reaching towards the heels as well. And then lower legs, lower belly, reach chest forward, Sphinx pose. Big breath as you open up the chest, still strengthening upper back. And then lower chest down, bring hands next to the chest. Inhale, cobra. Elbows still bent, hips on the ground, chest lifted. All of these opportunities to strengthen upper back. Tuck the toes under, lift up through plank, downward facing dog. Hips nice and high. Hands pushing the ground away. Back of the legs lengthening. Nice big breath. Inhale, pick left leg up, three-legged downward dog. Lift through the back of the leg. Look forward, come into plank, one-legged lifted, still lifted with left leg. Knee to chest. And then one-legged plank, leg extends away. Knee to chest. And step the foot between the hands. Lower right knee down. Come onto the top of the right foot, fingers to the sky. Get strong in your foundation, strong in your shape. Okay? When you're ready, steady in the legs, block comes in between the hands again. Block gives us that information of muscles firing up here. Sinking into the hips, lifting up through the heart. Start to tuck right toes under, lift right knee. Reach away with right heel to steady yourself. Strong upper back, strong core. Gaze ahead of you, weight travels into left foot. Pick right foot up, flex the foot, hinging forward from the hips. Hands reaching forward, strong upper back. Right heel reaching back. Leg parallel-ish to the ground. Lots of different things happening. One more breath. Lower left, bend left knee, right foot lands back, coming into crescent. Slowly start to lower right hand to the ground, block to the ground, left hand up to the sky, spinal twist. Outer edge of right foot, stacking left foot on top, coming into side plank. Nice big breath, take your time. Slowly adjust the hand back down to the ground, plank position. Lower forearms down, forearm plank. Strong through the upper back, heels reach away, spreading the effort, spreading the load. Notice how it feels. And then lower the legs, lower the belly, come into Sphinx pose. Chest forward, shoulders back. Nice big breath. Lower the chest, hands next to the chest now. Inhale, cobra again, chest forward, shoulders back. Tuck those toes under, lift up through plank. Take it up to downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Take a nice big breath, thighs reaching back, hips lifting high, hands pushing ground away, arms rolling outward, strong upper back. Ribs draw in towards each other, a feeling of power. Heart rate just relaxing for a moment. Inhale, let's pick right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip to the side of the room. Knee lifts high, left heel pushing down. Big breath. Inhale, square the hips to the ground. Draw the knee across the body, left elbow. And then take it over to right elbow. Draw the knee to the chest. Place the foot between the hands. Left foot, 90-degree angle, warrior two. Fingers reaching away from each other, body facing left side of the mat. Engage the muscles on the outer hip here. Sinking down, lengthening. And as you reach the fingers away, notice the power that comes into that upper back area. Sink a little deeper. Okay. Flip the palms up. Palms face each other above the head. If you want to grab a block in between your hands here, you can. Push down through the outside edge of left foot. Lean forward. So one long line of energy from the fingertips down to the heel. Working side stomach muscles, strengthening the muscles that run along the length of the spine, engaging the muscles of the upper back as well. One more breath here. And then let's keep the right hand as it is. Inhale, left hand comes down the back of the left leg, peaceful warrior, right hand reaching back. Stretching out those areas that we were just working. Big breath. Straighten out right leg. Inhale, come back up to upright. Left hip to the back of the room, right hand reaching forward. Right hand travels down to the ankle, shin or thigh, triangle pose. Reach the fingers away from each other. Ribs are drawing in towards each other, so there's no back bending feeling here, just a strengthening motion in spine. Obliques and psoas, lower back. One more breath. Bring the bend back into the knee, hand to the inside of that foot, other hand up to the sky. Okay. And then slowly, hands to the top of the mat. Come onto the ball of the back foot, step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga all the way down. Interlace the fingers behind the back, come onto the top of the feet. Inhale, locust. Chest lifted. Thighs and feet lifting as well. Take another breath. Tuck the toes under, hands next to the chest, lift up to plank. Downward facing dog. Hips nice and high, upper back broad, thighs reaching back, muscles above the knees engaged. Inhale, pick that left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip to the side of the room. Take a moment here. Explore how the hips are doing. Square the hips when you're ready to face the ground, and then draw the knee across the body, right elbow. Take it over to left elbow. Knee towards the chest in plank. Step the foot between the hands, right foot 90-degree angle. Inhale, warrior two, second side. So left foot forward, right leg back. Fingers powerful as they reach away from each other. Sinking down, and yet everything in center lifting up. Flip the palms to face up, hands reaching towards each other above your head. Push down through the outside edge of that right foot, lean forward. Strengthening side body, strengthening upper back, setting the intention of power in the upper body. And a lot of work in the lower legs as well. Take another breath here. Keep left hand as it is, right hand travels down, right thigh, left hand reaching back and over, opening up now through left body. Keep sinking into that left knee. Nice big breath. Straighten left leg, and then slowly come back up to standing. Right hip towards the back of the room, left hand forward, and then lower left hand down to the thigh. Right hand up to the sky. Draw those ribs in towards each other. Fingers powerful as they reach away from each other. Little bend in the left knee if you need to. Gaze can be up for more challenge, forwards for regular amount. Little bend into left knee, left hand to the inside of left foot. Take a nice big breath here. And then lower the hands to the ground. Come onto the ball of that back foot. Step it back to plank. Chaturanga all the way down, exhale. And then come into locust. You're squeezing an imaginary block in between the hands here. So palms are facing each other. And then pick the feet up, same as we did before. Bend the knees, grab hold of the ankles, push the feet into the hands, and notice how that gives you a nice lifting of the chest. Strengthening the entire back line of the body and that beautiful opportunity to open chest as well. Take a big breath. And then release the feet, hands next to the chest, tuck the toes under, lift up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips high. Start to look towards the middle of your mat. Walk your feet to the center, and then bend the knees, gently bring your bottom down to the ground. Soles of the feet together. Gentle opening of the inner thigh. And then with the left arm, take the left hand up to the sky. Take the right arm out to the side of the room. Bend the elbows, reach the hands towards each other behind your back. Lift up through that left elbow. If the hands don't meet, grab a t-shirt in between or a strap if you have one handy. And I want you to be here and use the muscles on the outside of the buttocks to really draw the knees down. Notice how that gives you more space in the inner thigh. And as you're here, can you lift up higher through left elbow? So combining two different things in the body together here. Notice how it feels through the back of that left arm, the front of the right shoulder. Take a nice breath. All right, and then just slowly keep the legs as they are, opposite arms, right arm up, left arm away. Bend those elbows, fingers reach towards each other, elbow high. Notice how it feels through the back of the lifted arm, front of the other arm. Take a breath. 2 more breaths here. Keep squeezing the buttocks, keep opening up through inner thigh. Nice, and then slowly release those hands. Big inhale. As you exhale, begin to fold forward. Draw the chin to the chest, rounding of the upper back, but still strong through the belly. Heart reaching forward, fingers reaching forwards, noticing the space that arrives into the body here. Slowing everything down. Take another breath. And then when that breath finishes, just walk the hands in closer towards you, coming to upright. Knees come together with the help of your hands, placing your left knee down, facing forward, right knee on top. Okay, heels either side of the opposite side of the body. So with right leg on top, taking right hand to the side of the mat, to the ground, left hand reaching up and over, getting into side body here. Lean back a little with the shoulder, lift up through the heart, the chest. Notice how that feels to release all the way through from all of the effort of our practice today. Big breath. And then just slowly start to work yourself back up to center. Lean back, change the cross of the legs over. Left leg on top. Spine long as we inhale, left hand down, right hand extending up and over. Notice how it feels on the second side here. A short but sweet session together. Just trying to tap into those key areas to strengthen when we spend a lot of time sitting down or looking down. Last breath. Inhale, slowly back up to center. Unwind the legs. Make sure you have enough space behind you to lie down. Feet to the ground, knees bent, fingers forwards. Draw the belly into the spine and just slowly start to roll yourself down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Try and keep the feet on the floor if you can. And then once you get down, hug the knees into your chest, rolling a little bit from side to side to massage through the spine. Lengthening through the lower back before you start to allow the legs to relax down to the ground, coming into your final resting pose here, Shavasana. Legs fall freely in whichever direction feel good for you, arms out wide. Let the upper back melt down to the ground, feeling the support beneath you. Closing your eyes, softening the space in between the eyebrows and around the edges of the eyes. Relaxing the tongue, relaxing the lips, relaxing the jaw and the neck. Slow, slow breathing. As you take this opportunity just to simply be. Start to bring a little movement back into the body. Little awareness as you wiggle the fingers and the toes. And gently reaching the arms up overhead, inviting a full body stretch. And drawing the knees in towards the chest. And giving them a hug as you roll a little from side to side, back and forth. Eventually coming to roll over and rest for a moment on whichever side feels best. And then keeping your eyes closed, using your hands to slowly lift you up to a comfortable seat. And taking a moment to pause, to check into how you're feeling, mind and body. And see if you can carry the feelings of stillness, awareness, power, and yet calmness with you into the rest of your day, the rest of this new week ahead. Coming back to it at any time that you might need it. And gently guiding the hands together at heart center. And bowing our head to our hands in gratitude for our practice, in gratitude for our health. Namaste.